All right, so we're going to move to the moment we've all been waiting for, the moment of truth. Our debate segment, Is You With It or Nah?
Flip of the coin has never been more important.
Yes, sir. So with the NBA season winding down, it's time to talk about the awards season, specifically the MVP race. This year's race has garnered a lot of attention because of the video game type stats that have been put up by all of the finalists for this award. There's four people that have been head and shoulders above everybody else, but we're going to talk about the two top finalists in our debate segment. So the question is, who is the MVP? Russell Willie Bobo Westbrook, or is it James the Beard Harden? So on today's show, our combatants are on the East Coast from Hood College. We have Chef Kev. On the West Coast from USC, we have Kenny Ken. So what we're going to do, in the most important coin flip of this season on confirmation bias, we're going to have Ken call it in the air.
Tails never fails. Come on, Tails.
It is tails.
Ha! Thank you. Hey, Kev, you get to go first, buddy.
Well, no, you get to. That's all you know.
No. Listen. I know how it goes. I'm arguing for Mr. Russell Westbrook. Kevin, you can go first.
Kev, do you want to go first, or do you want to?
Are you taking off your shirt?
Listen, first off, Kenyon's going to go first because he got to choose. I'm going to resort to some witchcraft and some wizardry with a wardrobe change. Give me 1 second.
Wow, he went deep. All right, so I'm going to go first. Sounds good, man.
Can we start it, please?
Okay, so.
This might get awkward.
Wait, what is it?
Yeah. Yes, Rita. We got to get that shirt.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Let's go, Kenyon.
That's a super inside joke. Okay.
You can't get any more inside than that.
All right. So, same rules apply. We have 2 minutes for each. We have a 5-second grace period.
Oh, my God.
Kenyon, I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Russell Westbrook is definitely the 2017 NBA MVP. Everyone talks about the triple doubles, and rightfully so. He is on pace to be the second player since Oscar Robinson to average a triple double. He is going to break Oscar Robinson's triple double record of 40 triple doubles in a season. But here's the thing. Typically, when you talk about triple doubles, right, it's a lot of times, especially in the case of Russell Westbrook in his first 4 or 5 years in the league, seen as a lot of empty stats. Empty stats meaning he's getting the stats, but the wins are not there for the team. This year, in his triple-double games, they win 81%. They have a 57% overall winning percentage. They only win 30% of their games in the games where he doesn't get a triple-double. It's not empty work. It's actually necessary. When you look at what Russell Westbrook is doing, names like Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Bill Russell, George Mikan, James Naismith, none of those players, great as they are, have ever averaged a triple-double within a season. Russell Westbrook has played every game. Russell Westbrook has an inferior supporting cast. When you look at his team compared to James Harden, I would argue a lot of James Harden's success is attributed to the offense that he's playing in and the supporting cast. He's surrounded by shooters. Russell Westbrook doesn't have a top 10 three-point shooter on his team. James Harden has 2, Ryan Anderson and Eric Gordon. But more than his production, it is his engagement, it is his intensity that is literally fueling that team. So when you look at what's happening with Russell Westbrook, this season is a convergence of 2 things: the tangible greatness that is his production and his intangible effectiveness that is resulting in a season that we will never see again. That is indeed most valuable.
I feel like you just preached to us.
Ambassador Kev.
I'm going to turn your way, Kevin.
I'm going to count you down, sir. 3, 2, 1.
All right, Kenyon. So my argument's going to be based off history, and that is that in the NBA, history shows that award never goes to anyone based off their individual statistics. In 1961-62 season, when the Big O averaged a triple-double, did any of you know that he actually didn't win the MVP that year? And the voting wasn't even close. Wilt Chamberlain, me and Devin talk about this all the time. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points and 25 rebounds a game that year. He did not win the MVP. Bill Russell won the MVP because he was the best player on one of the best teams in the league. His team went, I think, 60-20 that year. And Oscar Robertson finished third in overall MVP voting. His team was just 6 games over 500, which is kind of comparable to what Westbrook is doing this year. And if you look at the last 40 years of MVP voting, only 3 players have won MVP that were not on 50-plus win teams, and that's Michael Jordan, Moses Malone, and Julius Erving. And as good as Westbrook is, he is not in that caliber of players. I know you love him, Omar, but he isn't. So if my case for James Harden is that he's also averaging career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. He's leading the league in assists at just over 11 a game. He creates 25.5 points per assist. 25 points by assist per game, which is the highest in the NBA. His true shooting percentage is 62% compared to Westbrook's for 55. And Westbrook, who I think not only does he pad his stats, but he's the only player who's allowed to have the ball in the game. So, of course, his stats are going to be more inflated. He's actually shot the ball 930 more times than the next person on OKC. So I think in this case, it's easier for him to get those numbers. So I think James Harden makes his teammates better. He has at least 5 players on the Rockets team that average at least double figures. So at the end of the day, the award goes to the most valuable guy and not the guy who pads his stats and gets his.
Woo! Good job, fellas.